Have you ever felt like the world is constantly rushing you, leaving you overwhelmed, anxious, and desperate for a pause button? For INFJs, the rarest personality type, this pressure isn't just an occasional frustration, it's a daily battle. INFJs are deep thinkers and dreamers, known for their unique mix of creativity, empathy, and a profound need for meaning. Yet, this very nature often puts them at odds with the fast-paced, efficiency-obsessed society we live in. What makes INFJs tick? Why do they seem to move through life at their own rhythm, sometimes slower than others expect? And most importantly, why is this actually a strength? In this deep dive, we'll uncover the 7 unique reasons INFJs move at their own pace, from their perfectionistic tendencies to their unshakable core values. Whether you're an INFJ yourself or someone intrigued by this mysterious personality type, these insights will offer clarity, validation, and maybe even a bit of inspiration. So buckle up and stay with me until the end, because understanding why INFJs do what they do isn't just about personality theory. It's about learning to embrace the power of individuality. Let's start with reason number 7 and work our way to the heart of what makes INFJs truly one of a kind. Number 7. INFJs are perfectionists with sky-high standards. INFJs don't just aim to get things done, they aim to get them right. Whether it's a work project, a creative endeavour, or even a heartfelt conversation, INFJs approach everything with a meticulous attention to detail. They don't believe in half measures or good enough. For an INFJ, doing something right often means doing it perfectly, which can take significantly more time than others might expect. Take, for example, an INFJ with a dream of publishing a novel. Instead of rushing to churn out a draft, they'll spend countless hours researching the publishing industry, identifying the perfect agents and publishers, and studying successful books in their chosen genre. When they finally sit down to write, they'll painstakingly revise every sentence until it reflects exactly what they envisioned. The result? Months, if not years, might pass before they feel ready to share their work with the world. This slow, deliberate pace isn't laziness, it's a reflection of their high standards. INFJs strive for mastery in everything they do, and that often means working at a slower clip than their contemporaries. Add in their natural introversion and need for reflection, and it becomes clear why INFJs prefer to take their time. Their motto? Quality over quantity every time. Number 6. INFJs need time to recharge and process. Imagine this. You've spent all day in meetings, navigating social interactions, and putting out emotional fires for your friends or colleagues. By the end of it, you feel utterly drained, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. For INFJs, this scenario isn't occasional, it's their everyday reality. As highly sensitive introverts, INFJs require ample alone time to recharge their batteries and process their emotions. Their dominant cognitive function, introverted intuition, thrives on quiet reflection and deep thought. Without these moments of solitude, INFJs risk becoming overwhelmed, exhausted, and even paralyzed. When an INFJ is constantly surrounded by people, their ability to function at their best begins to deteriorate. Their thoughts become scattered, their creativity stalls, and their emotions spiral. This need for downtime explains why INFJs often seem to move more slowly than others. They're not avoiding the world, they're ensuring they have the energy to engage with it meaningfully. Instead of forcing themselves to keep up with society's relentless pace, INFJs instinctively step back to recharge and regain perspective. In doing so, they can tackle their goals with clarity and focus. For INFJs, taking their time isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And the results speak for themselves. A well-rested INFJ is a force to be reckoned with. Number 5. INFJs often struggle with self-confidence. If you've ever met an INFJ, You might be surprised to learn that beneath their calm, composed exterior, they often wrestle with a profound sense of self-doubt. While INFJs are known for their empathy, insight, and creativity, their internal world is often riddled with second-guessing, overthinking, and a fear of making the wrong choice. This struggle with self-confidence stems from several factors. For one, INFJs tend to be perfectionists, which means they're hyper-aware of their perceived flaws and shortcomings. They also have a deep desire to do good in the world, which can make them overly critical of their own efforts. Add in the emotional sensitivity that comes with their feeling preference, and you have a recipe for self-doubt. Decision-making is particularly challenging for INFJs. Even small choices, like what to eat for dinner, can feel overwhelming, let alone life-changing decisions like career moves or relationships. This hesitation can make INFJs appear indecisive or slow to act, but in reality, they're simply trying to ensure they're making the best possible choice. The good news? With time and self-awareness, INFJs can learn to trust themselves and embrace their unique strengths. When they do, their potential is limitless. As history has shown, INFJs can achieve greatness once they learn to silence their inner critic. Number 4. INFJs avoid jumping the gun. If there's one thing INFJs hate, it's acting impulsively. For this personality type, every decision, whether it's a career move, a new relationship, or even choosing a vacation spot, is weighed carefully against their inner values and long-term goals. While this tendency makes them reliable and thoughtful, it also means they can take a lot longer than others to move forward. INFJs are guided by their introverted intuition, a function that thrives on gathering information, connecting dots, and analysing patterns. Before making a move, they need to feel like they've explored every possibility and considered every outcome. This process often involves hours, or even weeks, of research, reflection, and preparation. They might scour the internet, read books, talk to trusted confidants, or simply sit in silence, processing their thoughts. Take, for instance, an INFJ contemplating a career change. While others might leap into the first opportunity that comes their way, the INFJ will spend time analysing whether the new path aligns with their values, future goals, and even how it might impact others around them. This thoroughness often delays their actions, but when they do finally take the leap, you can be sure it's well considered and purposeful. The downside? This methodical approach can sometimes lead to analysis paralysis, where an INFJ gets so caught up in planning that they struggle to act. But for the INFJ, this isn't about procrastination. It's about making sure every step aligns with their bigger picture. Number 3. INFJs avoid the ordinary. To an INFJ, being ordinary feels like failure. This personality type is deeply driven by a desire to achieve something meaningful, something that leaves a lasting impact on the world. They don't just want to live, they want to thrive in a way that matters. However, this grand ambition often leaves them feeling overwhelmed, stuck, or unsure where to begin. INFJs are dreamers and visionaries. They often imagine themselves tackling monumental goals like creating social change, writing a transformative book, or leading a cause that impacts humanity. But these big dreams come with a catch. INFJs can struggle to translate their lofty ideals into practical, actionable steps. For instance, an INFJ might feel passionate about fighting climate change, yet, without a clear roadmap for how to start, they can feel paralysed by the enormity of the task. Should they join an organisation, start their own initiative, change their lifestyle habits? The possibilities feel endless, and this uncertainty can stall their progress entirely. This struggle to balance their big dreams with real-world constraints can make INFJs appear indecisive or slow-moving. But deep down, it's a reflection of their desire to create something extraordinary. For an INFJ, success isn't just about achieving goals. It's about making a difference in a way that feels authentic and true to their vision. Number 2. INFJs are prone to burnout. INFJs are the ultimate caregivers. Whether they're mentoring, parenting, or simply supporting their friends, they're always tuned into the needs of others. While this makes them incredible nurturers, it also makes them incredibly prone to burnout. The problem lies in their auxiliary function, extroverted feeling. This cognitive trait drives INFJs to prioritize the well-being of others, often at the expense of their own. They're the ones who'll stay late at work to help a struggling colleague, volunteer for extra responsibilities, or spend hours comforting a friend in need. And while their intentions are noble, this selfless behavior often leaves them stretched far too thin. On top of this, INFJs have a hard time saying no. They deeply fear disappointing or upsetting others, so they often overcommit, taking on tasks and responsibilities that aren't even theirs to begin with. Over time, this relentless giving can leave them feeling drained, overwhelmed, and unable to function at their best. Burnout doesn't just slow down an INFJ, it can bring them to a complete halt. They may withdraw from their responsibilities, retreat into solitude, or even fall ill. The key for INFJs is learning to set boundaries and prioritize their own needs. By saying no more often and protecting their energy, INFJs can continue to support others without sacrificing themselves in the process. Number 1. INFJs hold very strong core values. At the heart of every INFJ is a deep, unwavering set of core values. These values guide everything they do, from their relationships to their career choices. Unlike some personality types, who might prioritize efficiency or external rewards, INFJs are laser-focused on aligning their actions with their principles. For this reason, INFJs often move more slowly than their peers. They're not just concerned with what they're doing, they're concerned with why they're doing it. Before taking any major step, they'll ask themselves, does this align with my values? Does it contribute to the greater good? Will I feel proud of this decision years from now? This commitment to their ideals is both a strength and a challenge. On the one hand, it ensures that INFJs live authentically, making choices that truly resonate with their inner beliefs. On the other hand, it can make them hesitant to act, especially if they're unsure whether a decision aligns with their values. For example, an INFJ considering a new job might delay their decision for weeks or even months, carefully weighing whether the role aligns with their desire to make a positive impact. While this might seem frustrating to outsiders, for the INFJ, it's simply a matter of staying true to themselves. In a world that often values speed over substance, INFJs stand out as a reminder of the power of intentionality. They may move at their own pace, but when they act, they do so with conviction, purpose, and a deep sense of integrity. The INFJ superpower, moving at their own pace. INFJs are often misunderstood. To some, their slow, deliberate pace might seem like procrastination or indecision. But in reality, it's a reflection of their unique strengths, their perfectionism, their empathy, their vision, and their unshakable commitment to their values. If you're an INFJ, embrace your pace. Don't let the world rush you into conforming to its timeline. Your ability to move with purpose and authenticity is a gift, and when you're ready, you'll achieve incredible things. So, what do you think? Is moving at your own pace a strength or a challenge? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into psychology, personality types, and self-growth.